So apparently, in 31 out of 50 states, rapists get parental rights.
That is so wrong. That is so wrong. Why are they not registered sex offenders and therefore not allowed to be around the children?
Yeah, imagine that you're a girl and someone rapes you. He goes to jail, and 4 years later he comes out and he wants visitation rights. Do you have to leave your kid with them? Does he get supervised? What's the deal?
None of that should be okay. I think that's catering back to the wrong part of society. Like, society progresses, we've moved on.
Now what about 18 years down the line when the child becomes an adult and they want to know about their biological father, maybe their genetic inheritance? Should they have the ability to go find their father if he was a rapist?
Once the kid's an adult, they should be allowed to find their parent. I think they should be allowed, but they should also know exactly what happened.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Alright, well here's a question for you. Should he be responsible for child support?
I think so. Seems like this is one of those issues where you're responsible for a lot. There's, when they talk about the punishment fitting the crime, that's a certain kind of crime.
That sounds pretty fitting.
Yeah.
But now, okay, so you do the crime, which in this case is rape, and then the official punishment handed out by the courts is a prison term. So you go to prison for 3 or 4 or 5 years or whatever it is, and then you get out, and technically, legally, you have served your time for the crime, and so you've made reparations. So at that point, if you have to pay child support, from the father's point of view, wouldn't that entitle you to some kind of corresponding visitation rights?
I don't think so. And in this case, I do not think that this fits it. I mean, it's like, okay, so if putting it in the context of a different crime, if you're drunk driving and you crash and you wreck, there's an additional penalty there, and that's property damage that you need to make reparations for. And if you're a sexual predator and you get convicted for that, and then but what you did ended up making more people, you need to be providing for those people. You can't just let that go to the state. You can't just lump that on to the mother. It's one of those things where it's like, it doesn't matter if you intended or unintended these consequences. These are the consequences of this action. If you want to go have fun totally sober, driving a car around recklessly, and you recklessly endanger other people, you may not have intended that, but that's a crime.
Okay, now here's a little twist. What if the rapist was the woman? Like, the woman drugs and rapes the guy, and then she gets pregnant. Does she get to keep the baby?
No.
All right.
Sexual predator.
Can the father require the mother to get an abortion in that case? Because otherwise, okay, here you have the victim is the dad, right? He gets raped, and then on top of that, he gets saddled with a surprise baby that, like, if the woman gets raped, she can choose to get an abortion by herself. Right? But if the guy gets raped and there's a baby involved, and then the courts just hand it to him and say, the mother can't watch him because she's the rapist, you have to take this baby that you didn't even know about.
Will she be required to pay child support?
Well, I would hope so, but
that's not
historical case doesn't seem to be, but if the woman is, say, 2 months pregnant, she's been convicted and she's like in prison and she's 2 months pregnant, so she's within the abortion window. Should the father have the right to require the baby to be aborted? Because if it was the other way around, the woman has the option to go get an abortion.
This is true. That's true. That's a really hard case. I mean, like, I want to say yes. I want that to be that choice, but I also think it's wrong when a woman chooses to have an abortion and it's against the wishes of the father. So to say
Well,
to have the father wish for
even
the
beyond
abortion,
that, you're giving the power of choice to have like an operational procedure done
yeah,
to a third party, right?
yeah,
Not even a government agency. It's to just another person.
yeah, demanding that she has that procedure. Oh, that's. I mean, it's not some. There is no two-way street on this. This is never an issue that you can compare. You know, well, how would a man react to being pregnant? And blah. It's not gonna happen.
Well, I don't know about you, but if I got pregnant, my reaction would be pretty severe.
You would want the abortion.
Either that or a sex change operation real quick. We want to know what you think, so we're going to put a voting system down in the comments. We'll put 2 comments down there, one in favor and one against parental rights for rapists, and we want you to like whichever one you agree with.
And if you do agree, what if the case is in reversed with the abortion aspect? Should the father, or should the father have the right to say, I want that pregnancy terminated?
Right, so like your choice, and then leave a reply comment telling us why you chose that one. Alright, have a great day.